Welcome again, Virgo, and Happy New Year. January 2014 now. It's come around quickly again. I'm looking at your horoscope, and this month, if you've looked at my prelude to the 12 videos this month, I am talking a little bit differently, a bit of a departure from my normal month-by-month chronological predictions. I want to talk about resolution, New Year's resolution in particular. And I think if you're like most of us humans, that procrastination is the biggest enemy of a resolution. And right now, the resolution for you, I think, is to get more creative. 5 planets, including the new moon this week, taking place in your 5th sector, with a square aspect from Mars to the 5th sector, the sextile aspect from Saturn in the 3rd sector, and the opposition aspect from Jupiter in the 11th sector. In other words, with the exception of Uranus and Neptune, everything is converging. All this energy is converging on this 5th sector. What is this 5th sector? Well, it's interesting. According to the Hindu Vedic astrologers, what they call Jyotish, the 5th sector is all about one's future karma. That future karma can either be good or bad. We come with a bundle of debts when we're born. And so I don't want to complicate this, but suffice to say that whatever it is you choose to do now, the decisions you make and the resolutions you're going to make are going to have a very, very strong impact, and a positive one, I might add, in terms of reducing the karmic account balance. It's just like an account balance. You've got the black and the red, what debts and what credits. When you're born, you come here with an account book. So at this time in your life, at this point in your journey, we see Pluto, the Sun, Mercury, New Moon and Venus transiting this 5th sector. Interestingly too, the ancient scriptural aphorisms talk about this being mantra sthana. The sthana means sector, mantra means spiritual chanting. It's actually the sector of spiritual awakening, the seed of self-knowledge, understanding of one's purpose and place in the universe is triggered by certain planets moving through this sector. So is it any wonder that I'm focusing on this? You've got so much energy focus there, that this is destined to happen for most of you born under the sign of Virgo. There's always exceptions, and that's got a lot to do with your precise time of birth. But let me say this, it will affect you in some way or other. Maybe not exactly in the same way, because where you're going to learn these lessons, where you're going to make these resolutions, can be in very, very varying sorts of departments of life. This 5th sector has a lot to do with one's creativity. So let's start with that. A lot of you born under this sign are probably just living a life by rote, robotic sort of existence. You know what I'm talking about? You get up, you have your shower, you eat your breakfast, you dress, you go to the train, you go to work, you come home, you eat and sleep. And some of you may go to the pub to relieve the pain and suffering of this day-to-day monotony. So the resolution here is to break that cycle. When that sort of life trend takes over, it ossifies, it paralyzes your creative process. So the resolution here for a lot of you is to break free of this robotic process and to start living your life in a freer, more spontaneous way. And that doesn't mean you have to give up the work that you're doing or this structured existence, which for many of you born under Virgo is very important. You're an earth sign. You need to have that structure there. But within that structural framework, you need to mix that up. You need to start seeing beyond the superficiality of the day-to-day humdrum. What is it within that is beautiful, noble, creative, spontaneous, enriching to your life? So the resolution to see that, to be that, I think is a very important one. Now, that's one aspect of it. Children are also a product of creativity, sexual creativity, and therefore children are also covered by this area of the horoscope. The fact we've got a new moon here, some of you may want to resolve to have a baby now if you're at that age. Some of you may want to have a new relationship, get out of the old relationship and start a new one. Some of you will in any case. When all that karma converges on this part of the horoscope, then it's quite likely you'll meet someone new, or at least cross paths with those sort of people you think, yeah, I could enjoy a relationship with that sort of person. That's my cup of tea. Excuse me. So, that's my cup of tea too. These are the sort of general areas. Well, we have to be more specific only based upon your time, latitude and longitude of birth. That's where you have a more detailed analysis. So what we're doing here is sun sign astrology. But certainly, I think my intuition tells me anyhow that this fifth sector has a lot to do with breaking free of the lifestyle habits that you've been working through, breaking through those obsessive compulsions. And that can sometimes overtake us without us being conscious of that. That is where Pluto in your horoscope is working away there very, very slowly, Virgo, at these underlying causes of your obsessions, your fears, your inability to break free of these limiting self-concepts. And I think by the time the new moon comes around, middle of the month, you're going to achieve some measure of satisfaction. The new moon will transit its way through its cycle to the full moon, being very near to the position of Jupiter. So this could be the timing when, we're talking about relationships, when you meet these sort of new people, these characters that can initiate you into spirituality. I mentioned this being the house of spiritual initiation. That can also be extended to mean meeting people that have insights into areas that you've not yet tapped into. So this is the time, this is the month, this is the year when those sorts of activities are going to take place and where you're going to become very, very fulfilled. You'll be able to take that energy, that information, that newfound knowledge and apply that even to the most practical areas of your life. That's got to be a bonus, doesn't it? I've enjoyed talking to you again. Do join me at astrology.com.au. That's my website. That's where I have a lot more stuff for you, astrological, metaphysical, esoteric, call it what you will, daily, monthly, yearly readings, a lot of free readings, personalized readings. You understand what I'm saying. I'll see you here next month. Good luck, Virgo. Bye-bye.